All right, so let's get right into it. We've got our hands on the executive summary for a startup called PIN IT USA. And listen to this. They think they've cracked a problem that affects literally everyone, and they're asking for a cool $75 million to prove it. So what we're going to do is take a look inside this really high-stakes pitch. So, what's this giant problem they're trying to solve? Well, it's something every single one of us has dealt with, right? That awful sinking feeling when you realize you've lost something important. But the actual scale of this problem? Oh, it's probably way bigger than you're imagining. Yeah, just look at that number, 25 million. That's how many bags are lost by airlines every single year. I mean, can you even picture that? A literal mountain of luggage and a ton of stress for millions of people. But believe it or not, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because this problem, it is absolutely everywhere. Think about it. 1 in 6 phones just disappears. Hundreds of thousands of pets go missing. Hotels are dealing with lost stuff every single day. And in New York City, get this, at least one electronic gadget gets left behind in every single taxi every week. It's just this constant background chaos that we're all living with. But here's the really smart part, the core issue that PIN IT USA zeroed in on. The problem isn't just that we lose things. The real problem is that even when a good person finds your stuff, there's no simple, quick, or anonymous way for them to tell you. That connection is just broken. And that broken connection, well, that's exactly what this company is trying to fix. So let's check out their solution. It's called ReboundTAG. So what is ReboundTAG? They're calling it the world's first microchipped lost property recovery solution. And it's not just one thing. It's a whole family of tags and stickers that you can put on pretty much anything you don't want to lose. Your luggage, your keys, even your dog's collar. And the way it works is designed to be just dead simple. Okay, so step 1, someone finds your lost thing, they scan the QR code right on the tag. Step 2, they fill out a super quick anonymous form on their web browser. No app to download, nothing complicated. And boom, step 3, you, the owner, get an instant email and a text message with the GPS location of where your item was just scanned. It's simple, it's fast, and it's secure. So the big question, right? How does this actually stack up against the big guys like Apple's AirTag or Tile? Well, according to their pitch, the differences are pretty stark. Competitors like AirTag need batteries that die, and the Finder needs a specific app. Plus, they use short-range Bluetooth, which can potentially reveal your location. ReboundTAG, on the other hand, needs no batteries and no app for the Finder. They really lean into the idea that the owner stays completely anonymous, and it uses technology that's everywhere: QR codes, RFID, and NFC. Okay, so having a clever product is one thing, but getting it into the hands of millions of people, that's a whole different ballgame. And this, right here, is where their pitch gets really ambitious. Let's dig into what they're calling their game-winning play, the marketing strategy. And they actually sum it up with a direct quote from their own summary, which says, "The genius of our marketing strategy is that it is a B2B and B2C approach combined." So they're convinced this two-pronged attack is going to create this massive, self-sustaining momentum. And what's the engine for this whole thing? Pro sports. We're talking huge global brands. They claim they have partnership deals basically ready to be signed with giants like Arsenal Football Club, Ironman, national basketball teams, and even U.S. college bowl games. The whole idea is to get instant credibility just by being associated with these names. And here's how that two-part strategy is supposed to work. On the consumer side, the B2C part, they get access to these enormous fan bases. I mean, Arsenal alone has over 500 million followers. They're banking on that fan loyalty to drive direct sales. But then there's the B2B side, business to business. Each of these sports teams has dozens of corporate sponsors, right? Airlines, hotels, retailers. This partnership is their golden ticket, a warm introduction to all of them, which could open up these massive corporate sales channels. Now, this all sounds amazing, but a plan this massive needs some serious cash. And that brings us right to the heart of the pitch, the $75 million question. And there it is, $75 million. That's the amount of funding they're asking for to make this whole global strategy happen over the next 5 years. And they're not shy about where that money's going. You can see they break it all down right here. And look at that. The lion's share every single year goes to marketing. It starts at over $9 million in year 1. That just goes to show you how absolutely central those sports partnerships are to their entire plan. Meanwhile, you see manufacturing and working capital scaling up as they hopefully grow. But here's where the pitch gets very, very real. This is where the tension comes in. Because while they have this grand vision, their current reality is tough. They've already put in $1.7 million of their own money, from personal loans, from friends and family, and they say it themselves. They are at the end of our ability to find funds from our private sources. They have zero revenue coming in right now, and their search for investors has been difficult, getting mixed responses, with some potential backers even pulling out because of global uncertainty. So, with all that reality laid bare on the table, what's the dream they're selling to an investor? What's the big payoff? Well, let's look at their vision, which they peg at a whopping $200 million. And this chart really shows the incredible leap they think they can make. Right now, they say the company is worth $30 million based on the tech and the deals they have lined up. But, and it's a big but, with that $75 million investment, they're projecting the company's valuation will jump to $200 million. That's the return on investment they're dangling in front of people. So how do they justify that kind of jump? They argue that they are, in their words, shovel ready. This isn't just some idea on a napkin, right? They've actually sold on Amazon before. They're on Walmart.com as we speak. They even got into Target's accelerator program. And those huge sports contracts, they're basically sitting on a desk just waiting for a signature as soon as they get the funding. They're essentially saying, look, we've already built the entire engine. We just need you to come in and provide the fuel. But honestly, the long-term vision here goes way beyond just selling little plastic tags. The real end game, the thing they see as the future of the business, is data. Think about it. With millions of users and corporate partners all plugged into their system, the information they'd gather on lost and found items could become this incredibly valuable commodity that they could package up and sell. So there you have it. That's the pitch. A massive universal problem, a really clever battery-free solution, and a super audacious marketing plan to take it global. But every single bit of it hinges on that $75 million. And it really leaves you with the same question any investor would be asking themselves. Is a powerful idea, a big vision, enough to overcome the harsh realities of the current financial climate?